Hi, my name is Kia Robertson, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the website Pixton off of the Digital Tools web from AASL. First, you're going to go ahead and type pixton.com. And as long as you have Wi-Fi on any device, you're welcome to use this. So I feel like it's very user-friendly and it's able to be used on any device. This website is used to create stories so students can create their own stories. They can continue a story from maybe a character they were reading about, or even use it as a passion project after learning about certain people in history or a time period in history. And what you do is you sign up, you click educator, you sign on with Google most likely, and then you have your information as well as making your own avatar. So I've already made my avatar. I went through, picked lots of different things, and on the top right, that is where you will see your avatar. This is a website that's free for 7 days, and then you get to choose which plan works for you. That is based upon what works for you. I would possibly start out with this plan and then work my way through, but this is what it starts with. Once you have an avatar, you are able to make your own classroom. So I have created a few classrooms. What you do is you just type the name of the classroom you want, what grade level. Then for the students to choose their avatar, you can pick these options here that they can choose from if you will allow these things that might be more higher level choosing. On maybe a high school student has more freedom to choose these, whereas a younger student in kindergarten, you might need to keep some of these back. Then you get to choose the Google IDs. I did Google IDs instead of Pixton usernames because my school, we use Google a lot. And what I will do is I will pull this up on the projector. The students type this in, and then boom, they're right in my classroom here. And then once the students sign, I'll see their name. They'll get to pick their own avatar. And I could do things like a class photo where it has my avatar. And then I could have my students arranged here as well. So we could have our own pictures even with our avatars, not just physical in the classroom. There's printables you could do. So maybe once you start your students getting into making their own comics, you could have them use graphic organizers like defining their character or how you want their story to go. So I like this one right here, first, next, then last, to make sure they have a solid story. Once students make their own comics, they could look at the interactive rubric. So they could decide how to improve their comics. So if they want it just to be oops, they could see, wow, a background that's just oops is the same background, but if I want it to be fine, I change the backgrounds. Or what about character expression? If I want it to be a good grade, then I could include lots of different expression, but if I'm not really interested in it, the expressions can kind of be the same. Assessments, there's lots of assessments. So I could see how the students for ELA, especially how they're using 2, 2, and 2, or if I want them to use proper nouns in my classroom and I want to check and see how their proper nouns are capitalized. This one's for pronouns, so examples here. I could do for summative, I could do a passion project, especially if I was teaching history, have the students explain what happened in a war or a timeline. Those are some ideas. Then I could also include information like lesson ideas. I could search by grade level. So there's a lot of information here that you can use. Once you subscribe, you can share your comics, but until then, the only option that you can do is to either print or download your comics. But that is an option you could decide later on if you needed to. In my opinion, on Bloom's taxonomies level, I believe this is a level 6. This is creating. The students have to create their character, their own stories, their backgrounds. So I think it is higher level. Even if you are using the same character from a story, perhaps adding details to it would still be creating. Continuing the story, changing the ending, changing the setting, it's still creating. With Samar, I believe this is the level of augmentation because I have used comics and I have had my students in the past write comics on paper. But since this is online using technology,